What really pisses me off, if I can say that, is that sometimes I feel, whether it's Camden, Islington or whoever, disabled people get used as pawns against whoever's in power, you know. It's like, oh, it's not our fault, it's the government's. You know, and all they do is sit and moan. Of course it's all coming from the top, but they don't do anything positive. They don't, you know, they just sort of wring their hands, you know, and say, oh, we can't, what can we do? What can we do? Well, you do something. Everything. I mean, they do everything physically that I can't do for myself. So it's all aspects of personal care, like, you know, me getting up, going to the loo, washing, dressing, cooking for me, cutting my food up, cleaning, laundry, driving me in my van. You know, I still need the same levels of assistance, whatever I'm doing. So if I'm working or, you know, round at a friend's, I still need them with me to do all those things. Mm-hmm. Wherever I am, I still need to go to the toilet. Do you know what I mean? That's the thing. That's like, so whether I'm working or whether I'm just at home, it's integral that I have like a PA, you know, on call basically. It's too scary to even contemplate, to be honest with you. Mm. Yeah, it's just like, no, I mean, that's just like, that's not on my radar, because it's not going to happen. One way or another, we will, you know, we have to ensure that does not happen. We can't go back 30 odd years. It's just not going to happen. It's just not happening. Even if they all, you know, deported us all tomorrow to some sort of home, homes don't provide those levels of care. That's why we had the ILF, because our needs are high. You know, people in residential care are left sitting around waiting to go to the loo, all the rest of it. I am a bit obsessed with going to the loo, but it's just, it's, you know, it's a core vital thing, you know. And one of the things that's, you know, local authorities have never been keen on funding people's nighttime packages. And, you know, one thing that's been said, including to me in the past, but also recently, I know to a young disabled woman, that although she's not incontinent, she should use incontinence pads at night. Seriously. Yeah. The other thing that gets forgotten, and that I think, you know, both the government and the local authorities need to bear in mind, is we are employers. We pay people a wage. You know, we get painted as like a drain, you know, on resources and all the rest of it, but actually we add to the GNP, as they call it. We're giving people jobs. I employ directly 2 people at presently. I use agency staff. So, you know, there's a lot of people that are getting, you know, I hope, a decent wage from, you know, working with me. You know, I think there's that idea as well that if you try really hard, you can do stuff. Well, I can try as hard as I like. I ain't walking. I cannot get myself on and off the loo. Do you know what I mean? Fact. Deal with it. Get over it. It's not an indication of the quality of life. You know, just... And I think so we're fighting that on the one hand as well. And the poor old Paralympians are going to be completely snookered themselves because of all the changes to the mobility component of disability living allowance, because half of them are going to lose their vehicles through that. So it's like, well, what do you want? What does this government want from us? I think, you know, a lot of it is that they still... You know, they are obsessed, I think, with this idea that a lot of people are fake and all the rest of it. And so I think they can just shrink the numbers. And to those of us that they deem as genuine, I'm not sure. I'm not sure. A lot of people will say to you, they hope we'll go away and die. You know, and... I stop myself from saying that because, but you do wonder, don't you, basically? And I think they just hope, you know, we'll just all, go quietly. You know, something that's worked so well for so long that actually, you know, was started under a Tory government. Why? Why are they doing this? And, you know, not being funny, but bearing in mind David Cameron's son was very severely disabled. And if he had lived to adulthood, you know, he could have been supported through the ILF, the fact is Cameron's got enough money, you know, that he would have always been able to pay for Ivan's care. But most people, you know, most parents of disabled kids aren't in that situation. Most disabled adults, such as myself, earn nowhere near enough to pay for our care. So it's just, I think a lot of it is naivety and ignorance at best. At worst, you don't want to go there, really. You know, we can't be cast as, you know, victims all the time. We do sort of have to. It's difficult, isn't it? Because we have to fight the good fight without appearing, you know, pathetic cripples, to be honest with you. So it's very hard to find the right balance, actually. Really, it has been difficult because a lot of the stuff, the arguments against benefit cuts, they do use this word vulnerable a hell of a lot. And I actually wrote a letter to Cameron, which I'm still waiting for a reply to. But, you know, I said, it's not my impairment that makes me vulnerable. It is your cut. It is your policies. You know, you give us decent resources and we will add to your economy. We will contribute to your blessed blinking big society. We will play our part. But we have to have adequate resources.